We are but days away from WWE Super Showdown, which is of course a pay-per-view happening in Melbourne, Australia, as World Wrestling Entertainment sails across the world to bring us something a little bit special and something a little bit brand new. It's even coming from a cricket ground, which holds like 100,000 people. I want to know if they sold it out. I'm going to go with they probably haven't. But the big question we've always got to ask before a big event is who's going to win and who's going to lose. And that's why I, Simon Miller, am about to walk you through the entire event. And I'm going to give you my predictions. Then in a few days, we can come back to this video retroactively and say, hey, Simon's really good at guessing wrestling matches. Or, hey, Simon is nothing but a bald, stupid idiot. I'm sure it will be that one. Let's do some predictions for WWE Super Showdown Under in Australia. Let's go around the world. It starts really early in the morning or really late night, depending where you are. And we'll begin with the match for the Cruiserweight Championship, which I'm sure a lot of people won't even know is happening because, as I keep finding out week to week, not a lot of people are watching 205 Live. But it is going to be Buddy Murphy taking on the champion, Cedric Alexander, and I imagine it will be the thing that starts the show. Now, I would implore everyone to actually try and tune into 205 Live if you can, because not only is it a lot better these days, but ever since they moved it to Wednesdays, because of the Mixed Match Challenge, it's even better still, and the viewership keeps on going up. I mean, not leaps and bounds, but if the graph goes up, everybody's happy. And yeah, while Buddy Murphy has been kicking ass on that show, you've got to imagine that the champion, that the hero of the day, that the man Cedric Alexander will retain. I don't really know why. That's just my gut feeling. I don't think he should lose it right now. I think we can do more with him in this position. And given that it is in Australia, which means WWE may not treat this like a proper pay-per-view, I imagine he'll walk away with the belt. All I ask, as I always do, is please, for the love of everything, let them do their flippy because that's the whole point of the Cruiserweight division. If they can't act like Cruiserweights, why even have it? It's like me eating an ice cream and saying, hey, I've got an ice cream parlor. You come up to my ice cream parlor, Simon's ice cream parlor, and you say, can I have an ice cream? And I go, you, I'm not selling any ice cream here. Well, you must be, because you called it an ice cream parlor. Therefore, if I want Cruiserweights, yes, I want ice cream, and I want them to fly around the place like gravity doesn't exist. Rest in peace, Neville. I hope to see you soon.
Spooky. You filmed this before?
Next up on the bill is a women's tag team match from the SmackDown brand as Asuka and Naomi team up to take on the Iconics. I think there could be something more here because my gut, my heart, my liver, my soul is telling me at WWE Evolution we may get the crowning of the first ever women's tag team champions. I think this is all going to tie in to something we see here, which is why I'm going for Asuka and Naomi. I didn't like this team at first, but they have grown on me just a little bit, and I truly believe if we are going to go in this direction, they would make some pretty good champions, because really, we should be doing more with Asuka, we should be doing more with Naomi, but if we're not, let's at least put some belts on them. And as for the Iconics, they're really annoying regardless, as they're meant to be. Every time they do commentary on Tuesday nights, it drives me nuts, but I always give them a round of applause, I'm like, well, that's the point, right? You're meant to be really frustrating. You're meant to irritate me. You do your job. Keep on doing it. But because of that, they probably don't need titles right now. So I will go with Asuka and Naomi to win here and then hopefully go on in a few weeks to pick up some gold down the line. And to be honest, as long as it's a somewhat entertaining match, I'm going to be watching this like 10 a.m. in the morning, which I'm excited about. I'll be happy. Have a smile on my face. And if I've got a smile on my face, everything is right with the world. Sticking with the women on SmackDown, we're also getting the rematch between Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair for the SmackDown Women's Championship. And this one gives me the heebie-jeebies. Because look, listen to me, WWE. Look me in the eye. You only just gave Becky Lynch the title. This is not the time to relieve her of said title. Nor is it Evolution either. I really want Becky to go on a long World Championship run here because I think she deserves it. And given everything with her character right now, we all love it. We all think it's great. We don't want her to lose any momentum. And that's kind of what WWE does best. Somebody gets loads of momentum and we pull the rug out from underneath them because why the hell not? No one saw it coming. It will be really fun. And it's never fun. Also, if we are presenting Lynch in this light where she only cares about that championship, let her win under dodgy means. That's all right. Let her cheat. Let her do something that would annoy Charlotte. That's fine. The fans are going to love her anyway, and it gives more beef for Charlotte to ask for another match at Evolution where Becky should win again. I think this could be one of the better matches on Super Showdown though, or at least I'm hoping so. I'm going to keep both my fingers crossed. But yes, I'm going to put all my faith, all my love and all my power behind Becky Lynch to walk away or fly back home to America with that thing still strapped around her waist. While I do understand that it's weird I keep mentioning future pay-per-views, I do believe this is going to tie into things going forward. And I say that because now we're going to talk about the Bella Twins and Ronda Rousey taking on the Riot Squad. There's rumours everywhere that at Evolution it is indeed going to be Ronda Rousey versus Nikki Bella for the Raw Women's Championship. And if we're going to do that, why not do it in Australia? Because it will make this event feel more special than, I don't think it is this, a glorified house show. Let Nikki Bella do something to Ronda Rousey. Plant those seeds now. She doesn't even have to take the fall. Brie Bella's there. She can do that. And let's face it, the Riot Squad ain't doing anything right now. So if we use this to plough things happening in the future, I'll be quite happy with it. And it'll be far more interesting than just a random 6-person tag team match hundreds of miles across the pond. So I'm going to get a little bit interesting here, a little bit finickety, a little bit pickety, and I am going to say that yes, Nikki Bella does something, kind of goes heel, to cost Ronda Rousey the match in some fashion, and then on Raw, through to the Evolution pay-per-view, we start building to that Nikki Bella versus Ronda Rousey feud. And unfortunately, the Riot Squad are just going to kind of sit in the background here. They've been doing that on Raw for the last 6 months, so what difference does it make? Don't get mad at me, I'm just a messenger. I don't think we can argue that. But yes, the Riot Squad win, but the focus is on the other team, which is nonsense. Wrestling's nonsense. We're also getting the New Day versus The Bar for the men's SmackDown tag team titles, and I think this is just going to be a fun, solid, entertaining, enjoyable matchup where everybody involved goes, look, we're wrestlers. Isn't wrestling fun? Don't you love us? Of course you do. That's why you come out tonight to watch this event before Kofi Kingston, Big E, and Xavier Woods walk away with the championship. And that's it. Not going to tie into much. It's just going to be a match for the sake of having a match, but we'll enjoy it because we enjoy the New Day and the Bar are vastly underrated. Simple, nice and simple, like eggs. They're simple. You crack it open, you fry them, you scramble them, you poach them, you enjoy them. You don't ever have to overthink it. I love eggs. 6-man tag team matches are in abundance on Super Showdown as well because, of course, tying into everything that happened on Raw, we're getting The Shield versus Braun Strowman, Drew McIntyre, and Dolph Ziggler. And really, something very interesting should be happening here because we've been teasing some breakups. I don't think we're going to pull the trigger here, but I do hope that we keep teasing that either Dolph Ziggler or Dean Ambrose is going to leave their pack behind. And you've got to imagine that The Shield is going to win, especially because they got their asses handed to them on Monday night, and that's how WWE books. If, yes, you lose in some fashion on the Raw before a pay-per-view, at the pay-per-view, you're probably going to win. Also, Roman Reigns is part of The Shield, so you know what happens when Roman Reigns is a match. He hits a spear, and he wins. It's the big dog. So I'll go with that, and I'd even bet we basically see a repeat of what we saw on Monday night. Roman Reigns hits a spear on Dolph Ziggler, 1, 2, 3. The Shield win. Dean Ambrose looks a bit like, don't know what's going on here. And then on Raw, the following night, or 2 nights later, Braun Strowman and Drew McIntyre are mad at Ziggler, and that fuels that story too. Who's going to leave first? Does Dean go? Does Dolph go? Find out on Wrestling TV. Then we're going to get the best current pairing in WWE as Elias and Kevin Owens come back together to take on the very strange pairing of Bobby Lashley and John Cena. And you already know who's going to win here. There is no way in a million years that John Cena returns to WWE pay-per-view and puts anybody else over. Lashley and Cena will win, and Cena will physically get the pin, probably over Kevin Owens. But I tell you this, I actually think this is going to be quite good. Elias and Kevin Owens, as I said, are amazing together. I like Bobby Lashley. I think he's underrated. And seeing Cena back within the WWE, I just think that's cool. He's been away long enough. I'll get a kick out of his return. And let's be honest, this can be one of those bouts that we forget about within 7 seconds because they ain't tying into anything. So yeah, John Cena, you give your AA to Kevin Owens, you get your 1, 2, 3, you get on the mic and say how much you love being in Australia, how much you love being in WWE, even though you've been away for like 72 years. I'll still enjoy it. I like everybody in the match. I can't really lose. At least that's how I see it. I can't lose. If I can't lose, it means I win. The stakes go up now because indeed we're also getting The Miz versus Daniel Bryan, and the winner becomes the #1 contender for the WWE Championship. And given that I'm a big nerd and I fantasy book all the time, this is important to me. Why? Because I want Daniel Bryan to win, and in the AJ Styles Samoa Joe match, which I'll talk about in about 72 seconds, I want Samoa Joe to be victorious so that SmackDown can start booking good guy Daniel Bryan versus evil champion Samoa Joe, because that is going to make all my dreams come true. It also works for the Miz Daniel Bryan storyline because really up to this point, the Miz has had Daniel Bryan's number. So now when something is on the line, Daniel Bryan should win. They can kind of leave this for now. Daniel Bryan can go off in a new direction and the Miz can go over there. I don't know what lives over there. I don't know what's next for the Miz, but I'm sure the Miz will make it awesome. You know, that's what he does. That's his catchphrase. That was just a little play of my words. And yes, tying into AJ Styles versus Samoa Joe for the WWE Championship, why not change such a huge title in somewhere like Australia, in a show like this? Because it's going to make everyone go, oh, I should have turned in. I just thought, as we already said, it was a glorified house show, but it's not, and now big belts are changing hands. It's also completely justified where we currently are in the landscape. AJ Styles has held it long enough. He's not going to be hurt by losing it, but Samoa Joe and his character are absolutely going to gain by winning it. So that's what we do. You don't even have to have Samoa Joe as a long champion if you don't want. I'd rather he did do this, but you've got options as well. If AJ Styles wants his rematch sooner than later, and Daniel Bryan is the #1 contender, you can now start headlining SmackDown main events with champion Samoa Joe going against AJ Styles and Daniel Bryan. Who doesn't want that? Even people that aren't watching wrestling want that, and they don't even know. They just sat there going, I think I want that three-way, even though I don't know who any of these people are. So let's do it. I'll be really excited coming out the other end of all of this, and again, it makes this random Australian show seem important, so when we get to Ground Jewel, we will all go, well, I guess we should deem this one as important too. It's a great situation all around WWE, so please don't go the other way and have The Miz win and have AJ Styles win, because that's just sticking to the status quo. We're done with the status quo. Let's shake things up a bit. Let's shake the foundations. And that will bring us to our main event of the evening, which of course will be the last ever one-on-one contest between Triple H and The Undertaker. Triple H is going to have Shawn Michaels in his corner. Kane is going to be in The Undertaker's corner. I'm not going to lie, I'm really excited about this. I know it's a nostalgic ploy and it doesn't help the current product, but I ain't going to worry about that. I enjoyed everything they did on Raw, and I think they're going to smash it here, especially because it seems very likely this is all going to tie into what's happening at WWE Crown Jewel 2. The big question is, who wins? Let's take it for granted that yes, in Saudi Arabia, we are going to get DX versus the Brothers of Destruction. How do you get to that from here? Because again, on Raw, we saw Triple H and Shawn Michaels get decimated, so given our own logic we have introduced in this video, Triple H has got to win. But if Triple H wins, why on earth is he going to say, Shawn, come team with me, I've got to get my own back against The Undertaker and Kane? He already did that. He beat their asses. So I'm going to put all my money behind The Undertaker with some shenanigans from Kane and Shawn Michaels on the outside, which justifies leading into that tag match in a few weeks' time when WWE goes abroad once more. And that will make sense as well, because you can't have Shawn Michaels come out of retirement and lose. That would be dumb, especially because over the other side of the ring is going to be the Big Red Machine. Shawn Michaels can super kick him. He can get the win, then sure, HBK, yeah, come back, you did it. Kane, mayor of Knox County, or whatever you do now, you can lose. No one cares about that. And then Triple H and Undertaker, well, they're kind of just there. On top of that, does anybody want to see the dead man lose again? I don't, especially if he's going to have a match at WrestleMania 35. He needs momentum, he needs to feel jazzed up, and that ain't going to happen if he gets jobbed out to the game. So yeah, Undertaker wins, there's shenanigans outside. Ultimately, this match means absolutely nothing because we do the tag match in a few weeks. That's my predictions. There they are. I'm sure I'll get them all wrong. I'm sure I like an absolute fool, but that happens every day anyway. I'm used to it, so it doesn't matter. Now, don't forget to leave a comment below and let us know your predictions for WWE Super Showdown. Who's going to win? Who's going to lose? Like, share, and subscribe. Head over to WhatCulture.com and read yourself some articles. And follow WhatCulture on Twitter at WhatCulture WWE. My name is Simon from WhatCulture. Thank you for watching, and make sure you enjoy Super Showdown. It's weird. It's on a Saturday. It's breaking all conventions. Who doesn't like it when we break conventions? It means anything could happen, including me doing a funny little jig.